Yo, when I will get in shape, when I will have the money, when I will have the car, when I will have the girlfriend, when I have whatever external circumstance you are looking for will be met, then and only then you will be happy, right? When I will be, rich and I will live in this huge house and I will have all of these great cars and I can just drive that Lamborghini, or I will have that perfect six pack abs, like all of the girls will like me and all of my problems will be solved. And when I will live that big home, I will have all this great life, this greatness. I will never have to worry about anything again, and I will just be like this great person. I will be this fulfilled person. Brothers and sisters, this exact thought process is the root of all of our miseries. This exact thought process that we are having multiple desires, and this exact thought process that when we will have some sort of external circumstance in the future met, then I will be happy. And this is the exact root of our misery. This is the exact thing. This is the exact reason why we are miserable and why you are miserable. You see? Because we are stacking up desire upon desire upon desire. Yeah, I saw my friend got this new car, so I want to get a new car. Yeah, I saw this poster about this bodybuilder, and now I think that I want this body. Yeah, I saw a beautiful girl. Now I want her. Yeah, I saw someone who was singing so nice, and I just want to sing. And what you do, you are stacking up all of these desires, and you're just having multiple and multiple and multiple desires. And what will happen? All of these desires will pull you. All of these desires will pull you. And at a certain point, you will find yourself that, hey, I want a great body and I want to make $1 million and I want to, have a social life and I want to be a musician and I want to be an entertainer and I want to be a YouTube star and I want to be an Instagram star, and you want to be everything. And so you have all of these desires stacked upon. And what can you do? You cannot do all of them. You have to realize that you cannot do all of them. You cannot be an Instagram star and a super athlete and an entrepreneur and an artist and everything. Life is not about this. You can become anything, but not everything. Do you understand this? You can become anything, but not everything. You have to choose one thing. You have to pick one desire. You have to pick one overwhelming desire, and you have to chase that one. And consciously and purposefully let go of all of the other desires so you can serve that one thing, that one purpose. And this is where your life can be truly fulfilled. And there is something in the human psyche, what I feel and what all the super achievers are talking about, is that when you have one thing and you're committed to one thing, it's just like psychologically so freeing, because you know that you are doing that one thing and that's it. This is your one thing. This is your business model. This is the diet. This is your thing. This is your purpose. So this is how it happens, because you see, the problem what we do is we are coming up with all these desires consciously and unconsciously, and we are just basically enslaving ourselves, because you are not free. You are just mentally always craving to do that next stuff, to have that great body, to have that perfect voice, to be able to become like a YouTube star or an entrepreneur or an Instagram star, all these great things. And the good news is, all of these things are possible. All of these things are achievable, and you can do them. but you can only be one of them. If you want to like prosper and become world class at anything, you can do that, but you can only be one of them. You see? And you truly and honestly have to cut out all the bullshit and all the noise and ask yourself, what am I naturally drawn towards? What am I good at? What am I good at? Like, where am I the best at? Where should I go? Where should I put all of my life energies? You see, because life is ticking away, guys. And the more time you spend with being undecisive, indecisive, and not being able to pick that your one thing and not being able to pick your purpose, the more miserable you will feel. And I see all these people, like, and including myself too. Like I'm fighting with this. Of course, I'm included. I'm a human being. I'm fighting with this every single day. I'm seeing something nice and I'm like, yeah, it would be great. I just saw Lamborghini yesterday and I was like, yeah, bro, I want that. I want that. And then I was like, wait a minute. Like, no, bro, like currently I have one focus in my life. I have one purpose to build up my business to be 100K a month business. That's it. I do not care about anything. I do not care about anything else at this very moment. And so what I find is that you have to consciously focus on one thing and you have to consciously like put all of your energies into that one thing and focus on that. And you can only do that. You cannot do multiple things. This is the source of all of your miseries, And I'm feeling miserable and I'm feeling like shit throughout the day. I'm having this problem. Yeah, I want to compose music and I want to work on my business and I also want to meet with some people. And so now I have three things in my head, and I just cannot do all of them. And I find myself doing 10 minutes of music, then I do 10 minutes of like talking with people on Instagram or over the phone or whatever. And then I skip to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And this is the whole core where you're coming from. Not being grounded, not being decided where to go. And you are pulled towards all these directions. And in my opinion, this is not a life worth living. So what you have to understand is you will have to consciously sacrifice all of your desires. Expect one. You see? It's so easy to want to become a millionaire, and so easy to want to become a great musician and a YouTube star and an Instagram star and whatever might be in your head. It's so easy to want that. But why is it harder to actually get there? Because you have to sacrifice everything else. And this is what people just simply do not tend to understand. If you want to get to anywhere, you have to put everything else aside. You cannot do two things at a time. You cannot do three things at a time. You can only do one thing at a time. And that must be your thing. You see? This is where you're coming from. This is why the biggest businesses and the greatest businesses, for example, in the world, this principle is like universal. This is why the biggest businesses are in one business. This is why like one business, they are serving one thing. This is why, for example, in the US, the biggest companies are focused on one thing and one thing only. The most successful companies are focused on one thing and one thing only. This is why the professional athletes, so for example a sprinter, he's focused on sprinting and sprinting only. He does nothing else that is not serving his journey throughout becoming a sprinter. And this is the same thing with musicians, like a world-class singer, like he's a world-class singer and nothing else. And you have to understand that you will have to become super duper specialized at one thing. But that is the source of human greatness. And you might be asking from your life, like from yourself, what the freaking hell else can I do with my life? And you might also get to the same conclusion as I do, that nothing else. I have to pick my, as Jordan B. Peterson would put it, my highest meaning, my high, the thing that I can imagine is the highest value and highest purpose activity, and I have to purpose that. I have to purposefully chase that. So this is what I want to say to you, and this is what had been my experience, that choosing multiple things and focusing on multiple things is just distraction from life. Everything else that is not your purpose, that is not serving your purpose, is waste of your energies, waste of your time, and waste of your attention. And this is the source of your misery. So instead of picking up more desires and wanting to become a new person every single day, just stick with that one thing. Just stick with that one thing. This is what we do all the time. We just simply go ahead and we try out something. Yeah, you know, it doesn't work. You have to understand that it will not work in the beginning. You just have to stick through it. You go to the gym for a week, you will not lose any weight. You have to go to the gym over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And after a few months, you will see that, hey, shit started to happen. And then compounding will kick in, everything will kick in. Same in business, same in any type of enterprise in life. So pick your thing, decide what you want to do, and go after that, and consciously refuse everything else. But it is getting harder and harder. This is why it's so unhealthy to use social media all the time and just to look at other people all the time. Bro, forget about everything. You can do anything, but you can pick one thing. You have to pick one thing, and you can only do that. This is the trick. This is why you're miserable, because you're picking up a new thing every single day. And you're chasing a new thing and you're dropping it, and you're chasing a new thing and you're dropping it. Doesn't work, bro. Pick your thing, choose your shit, go after that. Peace.